We are live. What's happening? Crypto fam and Futureverse friends tuning in the future. No one in the stream at the moment. There's going to be chilled out stream talking about speculating rather on the Seeker missions that are coming soon. Just let me get me a little bit out of the way there. Um, Probably be better up in the top, you know. So let's put me there for now. We'll see what happens. Also in Chillsville, in the Seekers Discord, if you want to come in for a chat. So let's get into Star Trek and speculate. We've got the Seekers missions dropping very soon, and I'm super excited about it. I'm wondering how it's going to play out, what the dashboard's going to be like, and generally what kind of missions are going to be coming our way, basically. So it'll go. Click to play then, you know. Enter the game, yeah. I don't think there's not an actual date when the dashboard's going to drop yet. It will be after the sacrifice, so they'll deal with the Goblin Mint and the sacrifice and everything first, and then not long after that, I would imagine the Seeker dashboard drops with the missions and whatnot. Like I say, I can't wait to see what kind of missions are going to come from the Seekers. We kind of know a few things about the world, so we'll start off with something that we do know, and that's Illyria from the ASM Moon, where they're currently mining for Genesis Gen 2 brains. Let me just get away from this because I don't want that continue Operation Mars. I don't want to be doing that, so turn around and get out of here. No. So, if I get this up here where it's flashing, I mean, it's right behind me. Let me move me again. I'm in a bad spot here. Let me put me in a spot that's going to be good. Gonna go to there. Transition so you can at least see the map and the tags then. So again, we've got no idea what the Seeker dashboard's going to be like, but potentially when we come on, we'll just get a UI. It's just going to be a user interface. There's going to be certain things you can do with the Seekers, certain places we can go. For instance, when you're on Star Trek with a starship, you have bridge crew, you have personnel. If we come to my infantry, I've got an active ship, I've got an active shuttlecraft, and I've got a load of personnel that are actively on duty with me. We've all got skills, traits that you work on, traits that you upgrade, traits like the Seekers have got. They've got the stations where they're good, where they're not. Some are engineers, some are science officers. It's done exactly how you'd expect in Star Trek. And we have different factions on different worlds from different parts of the galaxy. So let's imagine we've got a Seeker with the diamond drill bit, and we've been told that it can mine a certain aetheryte on a certain moon. So you're going to want, if we can imagine an Illyria tag, that we're going to go to Illyria and we want some Illyria missions, then you're going to need a specific Seeker to mine aetheryte. It'd be no different than this. We're going to send a certain expert on a certain thing. We're going to fill that in. We'll go to department heads. We'll see what assignments they've got. We can plan the assignment. That person's going to do it. They'll have a success rate of 78%, failure 17%. Have we got anyone else better for the job? No. So we'll just go along and begin assignment with him. We need requirements for certain assignments, obviously, and the Seekers will be no different on their missions when they drop. One that's extremely similar on this one is, I mean, the R&D. So if we collect the results of these now, I've been doing, that was bonus research. So again, with the different aspects and traits and the training of our different assets, it's all going to go down different ways, but some of them are builders, crafters. We've also got the buzzies we can lean on. We've got the thingies to paint stuff. And as you level up your different agents, they're going to be able to do different things. For instance, here I could build a beam console that I can use on the ship. I can build an improvised tech upgrade with the beam technology. Now, this is the kind of thing I've always had to do, and you have to go in to do it. And with the stream last night, if you haven't watched the stream from last night, go check it out. It was talking about Atom, the Atom nanobots, how they can look at blueprints and upgrade things and build new parts, basic upgrades to improve technology upgrades. Imagine it'll all be extremely similar to this, but just based around Futureverse, Fluff World, the Third Kingdom lore, Seeker's lore, Silo lore, the ASM lore, all merged together depending where you're sending your Seeker, what kind of mission it's going to go on. Will there be exploratory missions? Will there simply be mining missions? We can upgrade the project, so this keeps giving us an extra level. I don't actually want to do things. I want to do shields while I'm here, so I want to upgrade my shield technology so I'm better at shields. 29% success rate. Not necessarily happy with that. Let me try it. So again, imagine me picking different Seekers now for different jobs, different Seekers for different roles, different traits and parts. When we get the part swap, it's like, right, well, maybe I just need that part, and maybe there'll be a store, not just part swaps to swap the parts of your existing ones. If you need a certain mining drill, you might be able to go and buy a version of it from a store in the near future. Who knows? Again, we can send ships, which is really like sending a Seeker. Now, wanted to show a little bit of this because for a person like me who's used to doing the grind, used to sitting in front of screens like this, it's gonna be nothing. It's just gonna be like transitioning over. But these rewards that come here now, the experience points and the campaign XP, them experience points are gonna turn into things like ASM, Aephorite, all the other different valuable commodities in the world that would all be storing in our inventory, the consumables. And we know that the buzzes craft consumables, so this type of inventory here that's going to be salvage technology and all this kind of stuff, that your Seeker will go out and find some of that for you. It is inevitable. It's the way I see Web 2 gaming, and what crafters and builders and what we come to expect from this type of game is going to transfer to Web 3 like that. Just the rewards are going to be so much more satisfying. So let's see the United Federation. Might even be able to send multiple Seekers on a mission. So for here now, we have to fill these requirements. They need like 50 engineering, 50 tactical, 110 science. This is probably the more manageable one. Might be able to get this depending on what ships we've got. And again, imagine just a list of choose your Seeker popping up. We have actually got so that's the sneak peek of the dashboard. So choose your Seeker, and then continue, and next, no doubt you're going to have a missions menu after that, or a part swap, or so this is the node setup at the top. So this is like to activate the Seeker as a node. The part swapping, there's the statistics and attributes that you're going to be able to keep up with, just like each ship here has different statistic and attributes depending on the traits of the ship, what type of ship it is. We can just pick the best one, assign the slot, and it fills up a little bit, the best. And again, if we can do missions with multiple Seekers like this is, Star Trek's evolved over time. So again, through the DAO and what have you, the Seekers and the way they work, the mechanics, it'll all be decided by the community in the end, the way it evolves. But we can begin assignment and boom. The thing people are probably going to have to get used to is how long it's going to take. Like some of them only take 30 minutes, an hour. Some of them will take 24 hours. There's actually limits on the mining in Star Trek, for instance. So let's come and see how much dilithium I've got. Assets. And you imagine all these different tokens and marks being the credits and currencies within your wallet, because your wallet's connected. So it's what currencies have you got available, what credits have you got available, from Asto to Asto Energy to Silo, Aephorite and the rest. It's going to be fascinating. I literally can't wait to see how it plays out. We are limited on dilithium. Not only can you only hold a certain amount of dilithium, another thing that might come into play in Web3 in the future, could it literally be wallet caps, because there is in this game, I think it's 10 million though. It's quite a lot, and you can only refine 8,000 a day. So if we refine now, we'll do 8,000. Now to do the next 8,000, we have to wait till tomorrow, We've got a dilithium store. So again, if we're going to have a part swap and we speculate the possibility of a part store, then we might be able to use the different credits and currencies within Futureverse to purchase new parts without buying a whole Seeker. That bit's fascinating to come. It's going to be great, just literally being along for the ride as we watch it happen. I might actually go mine some in a minute, because that'll give you an idea of the transition, that you're never going to have to go and do that again. Once you've got a Seeker that can go and mine it, you'll never have to do it again. So we usually have to mine our own. From the mine, you have to join a fleet to be able to do it. But we're going to the next sector. We'll go to the mining station. Now all this is going to be non-existent once this stuff starts going to Web 3. What's the Alpha Quadrant? Yes. Once we've got Seekers that can go out for us, this part of Web 2 game kind of dies. Let's just go rapid. Let's get the map out, because we can pilot without really watching it here. We're going here. Again, it can trans-warp to certain places, but it has cooldowns. So this is a journey I would want to take every time I come on the Star Trek dashboard, because you can literally play Star Trek just like this, just for upgrading. And we've not even really looked at many of the weapon systems. You can see, like, I've got some yellow, which is epic. We've got very rare, we've got common, and you upgrade it using the R&D reputation skills that we picked up before. So depending on the higher reputation, depends on the better weapons you can perform. And it'll be no different from your nanobots of the Atom Car Club to whatever else they introduce in any other game and world. We can enter the mine. But see, okay, like, this is gone soon. So, like, because I'll bounce from games like this, Star Trek and that, like that, really. It's quite sad, but the fact is I want Web3 games on this level out. And they're coming very soon. They really are coming very soon. It'll be interesting to see if the open metaverse and futureverse can actually implement itself like a galaxy like this, where you've just seen me fly from Earth through the galaxy to another location. It could potentially have starships on the horizon where we can travel through the stars from Walker World to Wilder World, back to Walker World, and then to the Third Kingdom and beyond. Who knows? So we're going to talk to the shift manager, something in the future we won't have to do, because we'll just click Seeker, go mine, go to Illyria, and mine me some Aetheryte, mate. I'm only going to accept one. I'm not doing 3 contracts. That's ridiculous. Why would on a stream? Just going to put my suit on automatically. We've got the environmental suit. Good job it did that, because I didn't. Now, I kind of missed a little game, because I've got a game here now with the arrows. So usually back in the day, you have to ping the arrow, so I've got to rotate it and then scale it bigger or smaller. So this is how we mined in the past on Star Trek, and this is how you kind of learned to get faster at it the more you did it. It's going to be interesting to see how the Seekers actually go out and mine, and if over time they actually figure out better, more efficient ways of doing it. And the first time you send him out, he only gets a certain amount, but when he becomes more experienced, starts gathering more material. It's fascinating to think about, and I'm enjoying thinking about it and speculating, but it's also fascinating to think about. The speculation ends soon. It will be out soon. And for that, I can't wait. The Gods and Goblins, drop in the comments. Have you sacrificed yet? What amulets you're looking at? It's I think the end will come thick and fast. I mentioned on the stream last night, I am gonna I'm just gonna backdoor it on this because it's boring for you guys. But that's mining, so I generally fill a contract. All them little yellow dots on the map up there are crystal ready to be mined. I have to go to each one, do what I've just done at each one, come back up here, and then there'll be a standard crystal, a quite pure crystal, and then an ultra pure crystal. Like go back to him. There's like pure, rich. Like we've just mined the impure. We've got a contract. We can go and get some pure. So it'll be different crystals of different purity. And again, maybe at first you send your seeker out and he's only capable of finding and mining impure material and has to get a load more of it. Junk. Mining the junk in Goblin Town or whatever. Try to get parts of his brothers back. Yes, Peckham. What's happening, bird? Just talk about the seekers and that. It fascinates me that the dashboard's about to drop. We're about to get missions, part swap. I understand all eyes are on the sacrifice at the moment. But here I'm just highlighting the fact that going mining ourselves in games is about to become a thing of the past. Like, it's fascinating. I'm so used to having to come here to get my dilithium and then every day come on and refine it, to buy stuff from the store, to upgrade your EV suit, or to buy seeker parts. This is what we're getting at in the future. All these marks will be the credits from other worlds. And again, we can finish now by paying dilithium, but you don't really want to be doing that. The duty officer has finished some of their things. So again, collect rewards here. Now we're going to get some gas, a consumable to help craft. We'll get experience points, expertise, we get science XP, we got some dilithium ore, and we got energy credits. This is what I want to see from the Seekers. I want to see the Seekers getting back. And I want to see, like, got you a present, Scott. You believe what I found, mate. And boom, real world value assets. Not that these don't mean anything in Star Trek. They do. And Star Trek's got quite a big economy. I can literally... Where is it? I've got in my thingy somewhere to call the ship. So we'd literally just go back out to our ship, go into interstellar space, and you call an exchange ship. And it basically comes and allows you to get onto the exchange, which is the in-world economy of Star Trek, which is why there's capped dilithium, to stop people literally whaling it ridiculously. So let's just collect some of these rewards. We get contraband, experience points, expertise. Again, we've got a lot more dilithium ore in that one. Collect that one. We've got some duty officers here. So we actually got more officers that we can then send them on missions and put them in. Again, I'm not expecting free seekers and stuff. But who's to say your seeker won't come home and say just found a seeker arm one day in Goblin Town? It's literally, the possibilities are absolutely endless, mate. Endless. I don't know when the dashboard drops, Peckham. Got absolutely not. I'd imagine it could be hours, days to weeks from when the sacrifice ends. I fully expect the sacrifice to end before it goes live. But once it does, we've shown the graphic before. We'll just get it back up again quickly. This is the kind of dashboard we're going to be going on. Not only for the node setup as shown here. So they're simply just choosing that seeker. They're going to continue. Top up your seeker wallet. It's got to make sure there's got silo in there. Stake and activate your node. It'll be the same dashboard. If you go back, we're on node setup. Excuse me. If we went back, there'll be like a part swap page. Hopefully a shop page. There'll be a statistics page. Yeah, it's super exciting and fascinating. I can't wait for it to drop. More excited about this than Sacrifice, if I'm being perfectly honest. For me, the Sacrifice can just get with it, so we can all get playing with Seekers. Because again, like these missions, depending on the length of the missions, we don't know. They could be 30-minute missions for the Seekers. They could be a couple of hours of missions for the Seekers. So you have to start like rotating your personnel. Like on here, you'd be rotating your personnel of 4 hours, 20 hours, 20 hours, 45 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes. So if we rotate the personnel correctly and was sat on for a couple of hours, you could potentially get quite a bit of work done with your seekers. For the Admiralty, when the ships come back, they actually, some of them sometimes have to go into maintenance, especially if it's a failed mission. Something else that's extremely interesting to speculate: can seekers fail the missions we send them on? Who knows? Again, we don't quite know what kind of missions are going to be. I imagine there'll be 100% exploration missions at first, where the seeker simply goes to explore an area. If we take the ASM Moon, where you can go through the cortex to mine and stay Casto, and you can click on it and see the map, and you can actually see where the minting brains, and you can see the mega city, and it's got a little bit of lore about mega city. I would imagine that little bit of lore is going to start blowing up once people start sending seekers there to mine or just explore. We know, we've been told on Twitter that seekers with the drill bit and potentially the excavator backpack are going to be able to mine aetheryte, and it's on that moon. So there you go. At least that seeker will be going there to do that, and it's going to come back with more information. Now, regarding that, it's going to be that is a bonus compared to what this provides. This is basically just giving rewards, and you click them and you move on. The exciting thing about the seekers is potentially the seeker gets back. It's actually got lore we want to know about. It's got stuff we want to know about. It's like, where have you been, mate? What you find? What have you got? What did you learn? Who did you meet? You get it in your memory tree. Remember for next time, because you're going back soon. And the progression that's going to allow is absolutely fantastic. I'm super excited for it. And I just wanted to give a little insight for people who are not particularly gamers, or if you are a gamer and have gamed in the past, you haven't particularly played a grinding game. What I'm doing now is what most would call end game content, and it happens mostly when you become level 50 in a game. Now, games like COD and your first person shooters, they've got no real use for end game content. It's more the grinding, the crafting. We can go to our guys, for instance, and this is what I'm doing my shield for. So I've got a shield, and it's a bad boy shield. It's the reason the ship looks the way it does. So not only is it a really good shield, it's an aesthetically pleasing shield. So I want to keep it. I've not yet got a legendary or very rare shield that's better than it. You'll notice that it's just a rare ship shield. It's blue. And the purple one is very rare. And the yellow being epic. Now, obviously, I want this, but epic. So I can't upgrade the item while it's equipped. And I don't think I've got what I need to updo it yet. But let's just unequip. Find it here. Upgrade item. Oh, I've got a basic shield upgrade. Only got one, so it's going nowhere. I need loads of them. Need to make loads of them bucks. You have your buzzies working all the time in the future, creating them consumables, so you've got enough available to upgrade the stuff you want to in whichever game you want to be doing your upgrades. Again, whether it's your buzzies in any world building what they can build, whether it's your nanobots in Atom, they've read a blueprint and you want to build the part, but you need the materials, send your seeker out to get it potentially. Fantastic, and I cannot wait. So that's basically it in a nutshell, really. That's the way I see Web 2, what's available today in Web 2, transferring into Web 3, and a few ways that it's more exciting that it's Web 3 as well. When you consider, when you look in your inventory in the future, it's going to be connected to a real world value wallet, and nothing that's locked in the single game's economy. Like this value and this effort that I put in is never coming out of the Star Trek economy. It's sad because I should be the owner of the value created within this game by me, and anyone else who creates value within a game or a world themselves should be the owner of it. Web3 is allowing that, and it is fantastic. Super excited. I wanted to Shield. So I need to get to level 10 to be able to do the improved tech upgrade. So I want shields. And in progress, I can do 3 of the same one. So I'm just going to put my shields on. And 29% is not good, man. What? Why is it starting with the worst one? Start task. Consumables. See, you also could run out of consumables if I'm not careful. 29% again. Gotta be better than that. 38, that'll do. That'll do. So we've got 3 shields now to upgrade. Once we get to level 10, we can start doing improved tech upgrades. We will, however, need particle field generators, common crafting materials, research and development component. We need to go and get some of them from missions. They will come with rewards. Again, we can actually go on missions ourselves to get rewards, or we can send our ships on them. It's coming on web. It's coming in Web 3, baby. It's coming. It's coming, and I can't wait. On that note, I'm gonna go and just mess about on this for a bit. We will stream it more in the future. I don't want to linger too much on the Web 3 as on the Web 2, as much as I love Star Trek. Let me get back to my shit. Beam to shit. As much as I love Star Trek, I want to be streaming when I'm gaming. I want it to be Web 3. So I'm mostly going to wait. But there will be the odd stream of us doing Star Trek or COD. I'd much prefer it to be Star Trek, but most other people, from playing with friends and people in parties, not many people on this game. There should be. This is the kind of game that I can imagine it being. We're going to have to keep periodically checking on the Seekers. There's no ifs or buts about it. It's not going to be completely autonomous. We'll have to periodically check, and we'll have open slots that we can do R&D on. So we're like, right, I want the Seeker on exploration today. Go out, do some exploring, see what's in that area. Bish, bash, bosh. And you get rewards. It's as simple as that. But there will be some going on, some clicking. What's going on here? It's giving me the lowest guy every time. I mean, 27% success. Not got anyone better than that. I need to get some better personnel. Clearly, mate. 19. You're not going on it, you love. He's going. There we go. So in progress, we got them done. So once I've raised the skill to level 15, I get another training slot. Again, I'm kind of training my AI agents here. So just before I go, we've got the like all the roster of everyone. Active space. There's the active ground crew. There's the active space crew. In the future, I won't be the one issuing the skills and the training. It will be the gyms. So the skills, the skill trees, and the traits and the memory trees is be dictated by the gyms, which is another super interesting thing. Yes, Sab Rosin in the Discord. What's happening? I've got your mic on. Feel free to come in the Discord if you're watching as well. I'm literally in the Seekers Chillsville. You can just come on the mic and have a chat, tell them what you think. I'll be closing the YouTube stream very, very soon. But, yeah, gyms. So if we think about the skills, so I've got AI. Here's one of my AIs, Elsa. Now, this could potentially in the future be an AI agent inside the open metaverse, and she will have all her attributes and her passives and her skills. And passives, basically passive skills, what are just gonna kick in, that she'll just do autonomously when she's on the ground. But she also has some skills that she'll implement when I tell her to, when I'm like, yo, do this, do that. So these down here, you see the torpedo spread? And I've got a torpedo spread attack while I'm out there. I've got that torpedo spread attack because it's one of her skills, and she's at the console that implements that attack. Again, it's getting a bit deep into how a starship works, that. But again, if we can implement a little bit of that, of a chain of command down the line of agents, and it starts handling itself regarding the trait inheritance and stuff from the gyms, And as long as you're happy with it, you just let it keep happening. Keep doing the missions, keep doing exploration, keep playing, keep grinding. And if you get to a point where you don't like the agent, it's come something you don't want, you just go in the memory tree and be like, yo, revert back and forget that you learnt that because you've changed in a way I didn't want you to. Cheers. You might even like both. Can you imagine liking both? You've got a Gen 2 brain there and like it becomes a sick thing. You're like, yes. You're like, right, I'll take it to the gym, see if it becomes a little better. But it don't become a little better. It becomes completely different, but still sick. And you're like, yo, but like I want you both now. That's where Gen 1s being able to splice Gen 2 brains really, really comes in handy. I hope that gets voted on and implemented in the future. So if that was me, then I'd literally just find someone with a Gen 1 brain and be like, yo, can I use your splicing technique to like copy the past version of this guy? Because he was sick and I still want him, but he also like this version. I want him to carry on. There's the way we need to be able to like copy our brains. Yeah, because it's going to be fascinating to see what kind of agents they actually become. Because it means so much more, doesn't it? Looking at an NPC skill tree now, it's almost exactly the same. But the difference now is you're going to own it. And it's a lot more advanced than these ones. You've got a lot more control of it than these ones. It's actually fascinating. Like, people can come on games like this. It's perfectly free Star Trek. You can start dipping your toe into a little bit of grinding. It will take you a bit of time. And this will unlock at about level 15. But a lot of the major stuff and the bigger ships won't unlock till level 50. But you can still get a taste of what it's like to do a proper grinding game. There's so much information in this. I mean, I've sat here now. What we actually on? We're on 32 minutes. And I've not really dawdled on anything. I'm just looking at missions that I can be doing, looking at skills and traits that I could be changing. And I've not even gone on a mission myself. Now I've got episodes that I can be doing. I've got an event, it's a good day to die. I can join the event and go on a bit of PvE. I can do PvE, I can do PvP. I can look at these events and see what PvP is going down here. I can look at event campaigns, check the rewards out for them. We can look at episodes. Again, imagine a future UI version of this through Silo and the Web3 communications of like all the different little missions of all the different worlds, and it's just Third Kingdom at the top. You've got Walker World, you've got Wilder World, you've got Atom, Arcade, every other world that gets built after that. It's fascinating to think where we could be heading, merging this kind of Web 2 game with what's coming with Web 3. It super excites me. Like I can't wait to get in to that Seeker UI, into that HUD. Like, get me in it. I'm dying for it. Super dying for it. Let's close that down. But yeah, sound off in the comments if you're watching this in the future. What you think the missions will be like? Do you think they'll just start exploration missions, or do you think there'll be different kinds of missions where they actually know something needs doing in an area and they go and carry out that mission? What kind of missions do you see coming forth when you look at the traits of your seekers? You look at a certain arm and you think, what could that be used for? What kind of mission is coming for Bubbles attachment? Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thinking. The grinder there. What kind of missions are you going to be going on? Fascinating to think about. We will have answers soon when the dashboard and the actual missions drop. Until then, you know the dance. Just do what makes you happy. Live long and hodl. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.